Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I am here to give you my dun 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 dun. Is that the Oscar soundtrack? I don't know. But anyway, I'm here today to give you my Oscars 2018 predictions. Now I'm not going to be doing every category because this video will go on longer than the award ceremony itself, but I am going to be doing kind of the big categories and then some categories that I think there are some pretty important nominations and where we might get a few surprises. So without further ado, let's kick off this video, starting with Writing Original Screenplay. So the nominees for Writing Original Screenplay are The Big Sick, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. All very strong contenders, and I have kind of what I want to win and what I hope wins in this category. So for me, I think, let's get out of the way, I think Three Billboards is going to win this category. But I think I would really like to see Get Out win this because it was an incredible story and I'm not sure how well Get Out is actually going to do with the rest of the awards, and I think this is its strongest category where it can win. So it's a bit of a toss-up for me here, this one. I think it could either be Three Billboards or Get Out. My heart says Get Out, but my head is saying Three Billboards, so I'm going to go with Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Next up we have Writing Adapted Screenplay, and the nominees are Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. And again, this is a very difficult category to call. Some very, very strong contenders in this one. For me, I do feel like it's between Call Me By Your Name and The Disaster Artist. I'm not sure which way the Academy is going to go on this one. Call Me By Your Name won the BAFTA. And again, the same with Get Out, really. I think this is probably Call Me By Your Name's strongest kind of contention. I think this is the strongest category it could win. So for that reason alone, I'm going to go for Call Me By Your Name. And next up, we have Directing, which I think we all know who's going to win this one. But anyway, the nominees are Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, and The Shape of Water. And this one is pretty wrapped up. It's pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. He's won everything leading up to the Oscars. So for him not to win the Oscars, I think this would be the biggest shock of the night. But it's got to be Del Toro, right? Like, I just can't see it being anybody else. So I'm going for The Shape of Water and Guillermo del Toro. Next up, we have Animated Feature Film. And the nominees are The Boss Baby. I know, I can't believe it. Boss Baby's nominated for an Oscar. The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. I think this category is between three. I'm going to go for The Boss Baby, Coco, and Loving Vincent. And my heart says Loving Vincent because I think it is a masterpiece in animated filmmaking, but I'm not sure how the Academy are going to think about this one. I don't know which way they're going to go, and I kind of think they're going to give it to Boss Baby. I don't know why. I just think Boss Baby's going to win this one. I would like to see Loving Vincent win it, but yeah, I think it's going to be Boss Baby or Coco. I can't make my mind up, but there's just something niggling at me that I think it's going to be Boss Baby. Next up, we have Actress in a Supporting Role, and the nominees are Mary J. Blige, Mudbound, Allison Janney, I, Tonya, Leslie Manville, Phantom Thread, Laura Metcalf, Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer, The Shape of Water. And again, for me, it's kind of between two, this one. I think it's Allison Janney or Octavia Spencer. But I think it's going to be Janney. She has won, like Del Toro, she's won a lot of things leading up to the Oscars. So that's kind of a good indication. So I'm going to go for Allison Janney on this one. And next up, we have Actor in a Supporting Role. And the nominees are Willem Dafoe, The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson, Three Billboards, Richard Jenkins, The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World, and Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards. And again, I think this one's more or less wrapped up. I think it's going to be Sam Rockwell. I would be happy with any of these actors. I think this is one of the strongest categories, and I think anybody can win it. But just going on past award shows, I do think it's going to be Sam Rockwell, and I think he does deserve it the most. And next up, we have Actress in a Leading Role, and the nominees are Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and finally Meryl Streep for The Post. Another really strong category, and for me this category is split into kind of three. I think it's either going to be Margot Robbie, Frances McDormand, or Sally Hawkins. Again, Frances McDormand has won everything leading up to this, so I think it's going to be her. But I'd quite like to see Sally Hawkins win, and I think she has a slight chance. I think it's not going to be that much of a surprise if she does win, but I think it's going to be Frances McDormand. And next up we have actor in a leading role, and the nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for The Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. And as much as I want to see Daniel Kaluuya win this award, I do think it's kind of going to be between Gary Oldman and Daniel Day-Lewis. Obviously, it's Daniel Day-Lewis's final performance before he kind of retires. It's a very strong performance he gives, but I do think there is just something about Gary Oldman. As much as I didn't really like Churchill, I just think that it was just really, I have issues with Churchill, but I'm not going to go into them now. But I think it was very Oscar baity, and the Academy kind of like that he transformed himself. So I think Gary Oldman's going to win it. I don't want him to. I would rather see Daniel Day-Lewis or Daniel Kaluuya win it. But it just seems very predictable that Gary Oldman's going to win this one. And finally, it's the big one. We have Best Picture, and the 9 nominees are Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This is one of the strongest categories we've had in years, and I think every film has a decent chance of winning. Well, obviously it does because it's been nominated, but I do think it's kind of narrowed down for 3 for me, and that's Get Out, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. I can see either 3 of those winning, and I think, in my heart of hearts, I think it's between The Shape of Water and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And I'm going to go for 3 Billboards. I think 3 Billboards is going to take home Best Picture. It won the BAFTA. It's won quite a lot of awards again running up to this. And yeah, I'm going to go for 3 Billboards because personally I love the film. I personally enjoyed it a lot more than The Shape of Water. And I know I can't really go on personal preference here. I'm trying to think like the Academy, but I do think that the 3 Billboards, I think it was the right time to make this film, and I think it has a lot of appeal at this moment in time in the current kind of cultural situation we're in, and I think they're going to go for that. And I can't even speak. I would be so happy for 3 Billboards to win this because just on a personal note, I think it's one of my favourite films of the year already, and we're only in March. I saw it in like January, I think, and it's a strong contender for Film of the Year for me already. So yeah, I really want 3 Billboards to win this one, and I think it will. So those are my Oscar 2018 predictions. I know I missed out a few categories, but I didn't want to make this video super long, and it's ended up being quite long already. So let me know your predictions, as always, down in the comments below. Let me know for all the categories if you want, and I'll reply with mine down in the comments below. We can have a nice little chat down there about all the predictions and who we think's going to win. So thank you very much for watching this episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. Let me know where you're watching the Oscars as well. Are you hosting a party? Are you live streaming? Let me know down in the comments below, and let's have a big old Oscar party here on YouTube. And if you want to keep up to date with all the latest movie news and reviews, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the very next episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. Ta-ra.